Stop Overthinking 23 Techniques to Relieve Stress, Stop Negative Spirals, Declutter Your Mind, and Focus on the Present by Nick Trenton is a practical guide designed to help readers overcome negative mental habits like overthinking and anxiety. Through behavioral psychology techniques, it offers a comprehensive plan to reduce stress, declutter the mind, and focus on the present moment. Below is a detailed breakdown of the key lessons and strategies presented in the book, with examples of how they can be applied in daily life. Firstly, identify and recognize negative thought patterns. One of the first steps in combating overthinking is recognizing when it's happening. The book teaches you to become more aware of your thought patterns and understand how small worries can snowball into bigger anxieties. For example, you might find yourself replaying a conversation in your head, worrying about what you said. Trenton suggests acknowledging this pattern and labeling it as unproductive overthinking, allowing you to step outside of the loop and regain perspective. For example, if you're obsessing over a mistake you made at work, instead of dwelling on it, Trenton recommends acknowledging the thought with, "I'm overthinking this mistake," then shifting focus back to the present task. Secondly, mindfulness is a recurring theme in the book, as it helps bring attention to the present moment and prevent mental spirals into the past or future. Trenton introduces readers to simple mindfulness practices such as breath awareness, body scans, and grounding exercises. These techniques are designed to cultivate a non-judgmental awareness of thoughts and emotions. For example, during moments of stress, use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. Notice 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 you can hear, 2 you can smell, and 1 you can taste. This shift focuses away from spiraling thoughts and back to the immediate environment. Thirdly, overthinking often comes from a lack of mental boundaries, where individuals let their thoughts drift uncontrollably. Trenton advises setting time limits for worry. For example, designate 15 minutes a day as worry time. If concerns pop up outside this time, remind yourself to address them during your designated slot. For example, if you're anxious about finances, rather than letting the worry consume your whole day, allow 15 minutes to think about it, research solutions, and create a budget. Once the time is up, shift your focus back to the present. Fourthly, overthinking is often triggered by stress, so learning how to manage stress is crucial. Trenton suggests adopting practices like deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation, or journaling to help reduce stress before it turns into mental clutter. Engaging in physical activity or hobbies that allow your mind to relax can also help alleviate stress. For example, after a busy day at work, you might feel overwhelmed by pending tasks. Instead of obsessing over your to-do list, take a few deep breaths, stretch, or go for a short walk to reset your mind and body. Number 5, break the cycle of perfectionism. Now, a significant cause of overthinking is the pursuit of perfection. Trenton explains that many people overanalyze situations because they're afraid of making mistakes or not being good enough. To combat this, he suggests embracing the idea that good enough is sufficient in many situations. For example, if you find yourself spending hours perfecting an email, remind yourself that it doesn't need to be flawless, just clear and professional. Accepting that you'll make small mistakes from time to time can help prevent unnecessary mental strain. 6. Focus on what you can control. Much of overthinking revolves around situations or events that are beyond our control, such as people's actions or future uncertainties. Trenton encourages focusing only on the aspects of a situation that you can influence and letting go of the rest. For example, if you're worried about an upcoming presentation, focus on preparing your material and practicing your delivery rather than worrying about how others will react, which is outside of your control. 7. Reframe your thoughts. A powerful technique discussed in the book is cognitive reframing. This involves changing the way you perceive a situation by shifting from negative to neutral or positive interpretations. Instead of catastrophizing, ask yourself questions like, is this really the worst case scenario? Or what's another way to view this? For example, if you're thinking, I always mess up, reframe to it as, sometimes I make mistakes, but I also learn from them and improve. 8. Action over rumination. One of the core lessons of Stop Overthinking is that action is a better antidote to worry than endless rumination. Trenton advises that when faced with a challenging situation, you should focus on small, actionable steps rather than spending hours thinking about all possible outcomes. For example, if you're stuck overthinking a relationship problem, instead of replaying conversations or worrying about the future, take action by communicating openly with the other person or writing down your feelings in a journal. 9. Practice self-compassion. Overthinkers are often highly critical of themselves, which adds to their mental load. Trenton stresses the importance of self-compassion, urging readers to treat themselves with the same kindness and understanding that they would offer a close friend. For example, if you catch yourself spiraling into self-criticism after a mistake, practice self-compassion by saying, it's okay to make mistakes. I'm learning and growing from this experience. 10. Visualize solutions, not problems. Now, many overthinkers dwell on worst-case scenarios, which increases anxiety. Instead, Trenton encourages visualizing positive outcomes and solutions. This shift in focus from the problem to the solution empowers individuals to feel more in control of their circumstances. For example, if you're worried about a job interview, rather than imagining all the ways it could go wrong, visualize yourself confidently answering questions and impressing the interviewer. Now, by employing the full 23 techniques, Stop Overthinking helps readers break free from unproductive thought patterns, manage stress, and live more in the present moments. Nick Trenton combines behavioral psychology with practical strategies to offer a holistic approach to mental well-being, enabling readers to declutter their minds and live more intentional lives. Now, this book is an excellent resource for anyone who struggles with anxiety, perfectionism, or chronic stress and wants to take control of their thoughts and emotions.